Welcome, fellow roleplayers. Today we are going to discover minimal roleplay in 5 minutes max. So after logging in, you will discover your personal interface called the Hub. You'll see that minimal roleplay is a platform for playing games, but also for supporting you in your life as a roleplayer. But let's focus on the basics: multiplayer text-based roleplaying. Unlike a traditional role-playing game, minimal roleplay is played solely through messages. There's no need to be online at the same time as other players. This way, you can play from your bed, the subway, or at work on a computer, tablet, or phone. There's no reason not to play anymore. Like any role-playing game, the session is created by a game master. He will guide the players through the adventure he has chosen. The game master will set the context for each scene in which the players will act and make decisions. Each player will portray their character in the manner of an actor in a film. 3 types of messages can be sent: dialogues in purple to make your character speak, actions in yellow to make them interact, and finally, context messages in red, reserved for the game master to describe a scene or resolve a player's action. You might need to speak as a player rather than as a character. The out-of-context chat allows you to discuss with other members of the session without breaking the immersion of the game. This is ideal for example, asking the game master questions or agreeing on the rules to follow. There is one last type of special message: dice rolls. This is a staple of role-playing games. Depending on the rules set by the game master, you can configure and roll dice to, for example, resolve your character's actions. The rolls are customizable and allow from the simplest to the most complex dice rolls. The Game Master has many configuration options for their session available on their master screen. We won't have enough time to cover them all in these 5 minutes, but we'll come back to them in future 5-minute max. However, 2 main features deserve our attention. The first is the scenario function. Every Game Master needs scenarios to bring to life for their players. Minimal Scenario is a writing tool dedicated to creating role-playing game scenarios, accessible within the games and independently from your hub. It will provide you with the necessary tools for creating your scenario as well as for taking notes. Its uses are manifold, so make good use of it. Of course, not everyone has the time or the ability to write their own scenario. Thus, thanks to Minimal Scenario, you have the option to choose scenarios written by the community as well as by the Minimal Roleplay team. The second function is the character sheet. Widely used in role-playing games, it allows each player to have statistics associated with their character, from simple health bars to an inventory of items. Each player will have the ability to modify it. The Game Master, on the other hand, can change its structure and customize it as desired. Just like Minimal Scenario, you'll have the opportunity to discover character sheets created by the community, as well as by the Minimal Roleplay team. Beyond multiplayer gaming, Minimal Roleplay is a community tool. You can reference all your games after customizing their appearance and find games from other members who are looking for players. Also, navigate through our directory of roleplayers. Find players and register yourself in it. Take the opportunity to personalize your roleplayer profile. Choose your avatar and your colors. Community members can contact you via the internal chat to get to know you or invite you to their game. To conclude, let's talk about adventures, which is the solo mode of minimal roleplay. You'll experience narrative choice adventures, incorporating all the concepts of minimal roleplay. Your choices will have consequences and can drastically change the course of the story. Just like scenarios, you'll also find Minimal Adventure, the complete editor that lets you create your own narrative adventures. Decide on choices, interactions, and characters. Once your creation has been tested and completed, all that's left is to share it with the community and let lots of players live your adventures.